It's time for some changes. That's better. Okay, so today's video is all about updates, and I've got a few to show you. We're going to start with this one right here, the Pamphobeteus Victoria. Okay, so as I said when I rehoused this specimen, I predicted it would make its home behind the cork bark, and that's exactly what it did. As you can see right here in the circle, it made a web tunnel down at the bottom there. Even though this genus is arboreal, they will still make a little nest on the ground, and sometimes in the day they'll hang out up in the above their burrow, up in the tree line somewhere. And in this view, you can see that it actually made two tunnels. There's the first one and then the second one, and the second one goes all the way to the top. So it has three entrances to its burrows. And also, as stated, I put it in a 4x4x8 enclosure. This is an arboreal enclosure. Obviously, that means it has more vertical space than horizontal because they like to travel up and down rather than across the ground. So here's a backside view of the enclosure. Usually, even if I turn it around, I can't see the spider because what it did was it really made like a web sock inside of these tunnels, so it's just difficult to see through. And when it is wanting to hide, it's definitely going to get its hiding spot. But sometimes we get lucky and we catch them hanging out right in front, but they will flee at the slightest disturbance. And here we are with the Pamphobeteus species machala. We recently redid this one, I think in my last video. We put it into the 8x8x8 food container, and it didn't do much. There's really not much to say. It likes to hang out right where it is, or sometimes right in front on that green moss, because these species, it's kind of like give or take with their humidity requirements. So what I do is I keep at least half of the enclosure wet, half of the enclosure dry. Now, what it did was it knocked some moss into the water bowl there, and the water, it keeps soaking up into the moss and keeping that wet, and it usually likes to hang out right there on top of it. But right now it's not. Not sure what else to say. Just check out their Christmas tree. This is a sad update. This is Demona's cage, my Stromatopelma calceatum. She died. Okay, so now we have to take a trip to the other side of the room to talk about the Pamphobeteus machala and the Lasiodora parahybona. So for the Pamphobeteus, affectionate name is Big Bird. This is the first one that I put on my channel, and I got a small update for it. One day when I was sleeping in my bedroom, I heard a crash. What happened was that Hank apparently jumped on top of it and knocked it over, and it tumbled down onto the couch here. The tarantula is fine. It's just the cage is a little roughed up, so I'm going to have to try and do it, or clean it up and redo it just a little bit, even though I don't want to, because I had just it hasn't been that long since I put it in there. And up next, we got the Lasiodora parahybona. If you remember, in my last video, I put up this screenshot. Well, guess what it did? It changed the entire landscape. So let's have a good look at it. Okay, so lame motherfucking bitch ass motherfucker hoe bag fuck. So we'll try it in this lighting. I don't know what I like better. Bitch ass motherfucker!